Okay, band's gonna be wrapped around your feet. You're gonna be sitting up tall, legs straight out in front. And let's just go ahead and start. You're gonna grab a good amount of tension. So you have the support. You bend your elbows into your side, you just roll back, and you come back up. Roll back, and up. Good. Roll back, and up. 3 more. 3. Good. 2. Just getting that core kind of turned on to say hello and pause, roll back here. Now, make sure the chin's not jutting forward. You're going to look up, bring the ears back in line with the shoulders, if not slightly behind, and then bend and straighten the elbows. Yeah, Nabu, you can bring your chin down just a little bit, looking more straight ahead. Yes. Good. Just like that. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're going to pause with your elbows bent in at your side. Now, go ahead, turn your palms to face the ceiling and make it so that your wrists are neutral. Don't have them over adducted or abducted, and you're just going to start to elbows staying at your side. You're just opening and closing the arms just a little bit, getting those external rotators to fire with the core for 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Last 1, and then elbows come into your side. Let's roll all the way down, all the way down. Yes, if you have that ball, sorry, you got to take that out. And now from here, you're just going to lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Now, you might have to let a little bit of the strap come out so you can lift up and lower down. Lift up, lower down. Lift up, lower down for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one, lift the arms up and hold. Draw your shoulder blades down, and now you're going to look down the nose and roll all the way up. Good. Stack up tall, send your arms out to the side. Now you're going to pull behind you and stack back up. Now, in order to get up on your sit bones, if you have to bend the knees slightly due to tight backs or tight hamstrings, that's fine. You pull back and forward. Pull back and forward. For 5, 4, 3, 2, pull back and hold. Hinge forward, and now let's bend and straighten the elbows. Bend and straighten. Bend. Now again, you can always play with the tension by grabbing more of the strap. And straighten. Bend and straighten. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and restack your spine up tall. Bring those arms straight back out in front of you and roll back just to the top of your sacrum. Not rolling all the way down. If you need to grab that ball again, you can grab the ball and place it behind your back. Although, Sarah, I'm sorry, you're going to be pulling that ball in and out multiple times. Open and close. Open and close. And let's have the palms facing the ground. Open and close for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring the arms forward. Turn your palms to face the ceiling and bend and straighten the elbows. Now we're doing bicep curls. So we just did tricep and arm extension and now we're doing bicep and elbow flexion for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then Sarah, go ahead and get rid of that ball, straighten the arms straight out in front, and roll all the way down. Okay, keep your arms down at your side. We're just gonna bend the left knee and place that foot on the ground. Then lift the right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Now it's in the strap, and what you're gonna do is you're just going to lift and lower the hips. Lift and lower. You're pushing up into the strap. You lift them up, you lower them down. Lift up, lower down. Lift up, lower down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, you lift and hold. Lower the leg down, lift it back up. Lower the leg down. Lift it back up. Lower down. Lift up. Lower down. Lift up. Last 4. 4, 3, 2. Pause with that leg reaching down. Now bend the leg into tabletop. Press the leg straight. Bend the leg in. Press it out. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1. And keep the knees side by side. Lower the hips all the way down. That leg's still straight out. Now, you're going to lift it up towards the ceiling. Place your left foot in the strap. Grab more of the strap if you need more support. And we're going to lower and lift both legs. Both legs are in the strap, and we're just lowering down. Lift it back up. Lower down. Lift up. Lower down. Lift up. For 5. For 4. 3, 2, pause with those legs reaching down, 45-degree angle, bend your knees in, push the legs straight, bend the knees in, push the legs straight, bend the knees in, push the legs straight for 5, 4. Now try, if that hip is popping, try to press that side of the pelvis down a little bit harder and activate the core at that hip. And pause with the legs straight. Just bend the right knee. The knee should still be side by side, and that left leg is reaching straight out. And what you're going to do here is lift the left leg up towards the ceiling, lower it back down. Lift and lower just the left leg. Getting that hip to work a little bit harder now that it's the only foot in the strap. For 3, 2, left leg goes straight up towards the ceiling, and now lift and lower your hips. Lift the hips up, lower them back down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and keep that left leg straight. You're going to lower it all the way down to the ground. Place your right foot in, straighten that leg out, and both feet are in the straps. Both legs are straight. You're going to take an inhale here. Exhale, curl just your head and shoulders off the mat. Now, if this ever gets to be too much for the neck, you're just going to place that ball underneath the head and shoulders, and so you'll still get the ab curl, but more support, and you want to press your head back into that ball. Let's bend and straighten the elbows. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause with the arms straight. You're going to just bend your right elbow in. It's going to be a little bit awkward because it's going to go to parallel to the ground. And what we're going to do is you're going to start to rotate up so that you're coming up in this rotation. Good. Hold there. Tilt the pubic bone more. And now as you straighten out, you rotate to center, rotate to the right, rotate to center, rotate to the right. Good. So getting the spinal rotation. For 5, 4, 3, 2, pause, rotate it, lower the spine all the way down, and what we're going to do is just bend both elbows in, rotate onto your side, say your sideline, facing, and you're going to hold both straps with the top hand, and you're going to just bend, bring that top foot into the strap, bend your bottom leg into a tabletop. So if you have a ball, you can use the ball as a pillow, but now from here, you're just going to kick forward and back. Your elbow is bent up in at your shoulder. So you get some tension in the rope, in the strap. Rope, strap, it's all the same, right? Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Good, everybody. Last one. Kick the leg back in line with your body and hold. Reach out of that foot and push into the strap. See how that changes that's where your hip is. And let's paint 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that foot down. Now you're going to grab the strap with the bottom hand and the top hand. So you split the strap again. You can create that pillow again, and the strap is just going to be in front of you. Straighten the top arm out. Let's go ahead. Your thumbs are going to be up towards the ceiling, and let's bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Do you ever feel like a marionette when you take one of my mat classes and all these little straps going everywhere? For 5, 4. So let's go knuckles towards the ceiling. 2. Good. Last 1. Now turn your palm to face the ground. You're going to bend and straighten the elbow, doing a bicep curl this direction. Good. So your arm is parallel to the ground. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's pause it at bent at a 90-degree angle. Float your top leg. Good. Now straighten the top arm straight out in front of you. Bend it back in. That top leg is just floating and straighten. Straighten the arm out, bend it back in. Straighten the arm out, bend it back in. Straighten and bend. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and on this one, you're going to keep your arm straight. That top leg's floating. Hold. Just paint 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and float the arm up. Straighten your bottom arm out as well. And then you're going to roll onto your back and bring that left leg up towards the ceiling, bending that right knee. And so you're back into that bridge position, and you're going to put both feet into the straps. You're going to choke up on the strap. And then from here, you can either keep the arms straight, or as you curl up, you bend the elbows in to give you a little bit more of an assist up, or you can keep the arms straight, or you can get rid of the strap altogether and you support the head and shoulders. But we're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, rest the head and shoulders down. Pull the arms down towards your side. Now, we're going to do a hip up. So you flatten out the low back, roll and push up. Roll and push up. Roll and push up. So we've added a little bit of tension so that your lower abdominals have to push into something. And the whole time you want to think about pulling all of the core from your pubic bone up to your sternum and wrapping around to the ribs, pulling down as you push up. For 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. I just did this whole caterpillar thing. And now you're going to roll onto your other side. Lying down. And let's go ahead. You're going to take your bottom leg out. Top leg up. You're going to hold the strap with that top leg. Support the head and shoulders. And now from here, you're going to kick forward and back. Kick forward and back. Forward and back. Good. Forward and back. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Kick back in line with your body and hold. Now you're going to paint 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push out of that hip. Hold. Take the bottom arm. You're going to split the strap. Create that little pillow for yourself. And now rest the foot down. And now you're going to just bend and straighten your elbow. Your knuckles are going towards the ceiling. And straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the arm down. Turn your palm to face the ground. Bend and straighten your elbow. Good. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. If you want to choke up more to make more work for the arm, you just choke up. Or I guess that would be choke down. For 3, 2, pause with your elbow bent. Straighten the arm straight out in front of you. Bend it back in. Straighten it out in front. Bend it back in. Straighten out in front. Bend it back in. Straighten out in front. Bend it back in. Straighten out in front and hold. Float the top leg up. Good, that top leg is floating here. This is going to be fun. Paint 5 circles each direction with both arm and leg. That leg is not going to move very far. It's 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. So something a little different on this side. 3, 2, 1. Hold. Reaching that arm. Reach, reach, reach. Reach the leg. And now, bend that leg into tabletop. And then you're going to roll onto your back. Bring both feet into the strap again. Hold. Now, palms are going to face each other. Legs are straight up towards the ceiling. And your elbows are going to be going towards the ceiling, but they're bent. So what we're going to do is going to be a teaser. You lower down, curl up, straighten the arms up. And then as you lower back down, you bend the elbows down and reach the legs back up. So you start to lower the legs, reach the arms, curl up, bend the elbows, reach the legs up, lower head and shoulders. Good. Lower legs, reach, arms, curl up. It's almost like a teeter-totter as well. Nice. Bend elbows, lower down. Last one. And lift arms, lower legs, curl up. And then from here, just let the legs lower down, arms stay lifted, hinge forward, and round the shoulders forward and back. Good job. You're already stacked up tall here. We're going to take an inhale, exhale. I'm just flipping. You're going to roll back and hold. Now it's going to be left arm bends in and rotates. Bend in and rotate. Bend in and rotate. Bet you thought I forgot about this side. Bend in and rotate. Bend in and rotate for 3 more. 3, 2. Last one and hold. Hold. Now we're going to roll down that left side. And then you're going to straighten the left arm, lower head and shoulders. Bend the right arm in it. Roll up the right side. And then you're going to keep that right arm bent in at your side. Left arm straight out. Roll down the right side. Straighten the right arm. Bend the left arm in. Roll up the left side. Good. Getting those obliques. Roll down the left side. Straighten that left arm. Bend the right arm in. Roll up the right side. Last one. Roll down the right side. Lower all the way down and hold. Straighten both arms out. Round the shoulders forward and back. Let's just go ahead. Let go of the strap. Place it on the ground. Let the grip relax because we've been gripping that strap the whole time. Flick the water off the fingers. Okay, palms are going to come down to the mat. You're going to bend both knees and lift your hips up into a bridge. And now let's lower and lift your heels. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the heels lifted here. Bring your right leg to tabletop, straighten it up towards the ceiling. Naboo, if this is ever too much in the ankle, you just drop that heel down. And now we're just going to lift and lower the heels. If your ankle is not feeling great, what you're going to do is lower and lift the leg and the hip. As your hips lower, the leg lowers. As your hips lift, the leg lifts. If your ankle can take it, we're doing calf raises. For 3, 2, 1. Pause. Lower the heels down. Place the right foot down. Bring the left leg to tabletop. Straighten it up towards the ceiling. Lower and lift the right heel. If you can't do the ankle raises, what you're going to do is lower the hips down as you lower the leg. Lift the hips up as you lift the leg. So it's a leg, lower and lift with the hips. But otherwise, lower and lift the right heel for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the heel down, bend the knees, place them on the ground. Place both feet down, send your knees side to side. Good, now we're just gonna roll to the side and come up to an all fours position. And from here, you round your spine up, extend your spine back. Round the spine up, extend the spine back. Round up, extend back. Last one, round up. And then from this rounded position, let's just drop down to the elbows, and that will cause you to flatten out your back into a neutral. And you want your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. And what you're going to do is you're going to just keep your knee bent. This is just lifting it up towards the ceiling and then lowering it back down. Your knee does not extend at all. That means that the extension is happening from your thud. Now, keep more weight in the right shoulder, meaning the right elbow, so that you keep your hips square and your weight is centered. You could even float that left arm off and reach it forward. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep that right leg lifted up and hold. Left arm is floating. Hold. Now straighten that right leg. It's floating still but straight. Tuck the toes. Place that foot on the ground. Bring the left elbow back down onto the ground. Straighten the legs out into a plank on your forearms. And now you want to reach out of your heels as you draw your elbows towards your toes and grow long out of the spine. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Bend your right knee in and rest it on the ground. Good. And now you're just going to bend the left knee. Bottom of the foot goes towards the ceiling. Place more weight in the left heel. Reach that right arm forward. Bend that left knee down. Reach it back up. Bend down. Lift up. Bend down. Lift up. Bend down. Lift up. Bend down. Lift up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And straighten that left leg out. Tuck the toes. Place the foot down on the ground. Place the elbow back down. Straighten both legs out, and you're holding your plank. Holding here. Now find the glutes. You can sink your hips down. Press out of the heels. Draw the toes towards the elbows as the elbows draw towards the toes. Push out of your heels. For 3, 2, 1. Drop down to both knees. Press back into a child's pose. In that child's pose. Now you're going to come up to, again, your all fours position. And then you're going to come up to a high kneeling. So Navua, now would be the time to come off your mat and move to the hardwood. If you want to, yeah. You can roll up your mat underneath your knees. Now, draw the shoulder blades down, and we're just going to bring that right foot forward. Right foot comes forward. Now from here, we're just going to push the pelvis forward. The knee of the right will come in front of the ankle, and this pushing of the pelvis forward is just giving you a hip flexor stretch on that left side. And now bring the hips back. Press the hips forward. Bring the hips back. Press the hips forward, and then come all the way back up. Okay, let's place that right heel on the ground. Bring your hands onto your knees and hinge forward. This hinge is keeping a neutral spine, and all that we're going to do is straighten the back leg. Now that back leg is straight, and you're reaching out of that left heel. Bring your hands in front of your knees, and they're reaching down. You should have a nice long straight line from left heel out of left shoulder. And now let's bring the feet together, and then send the left leg back. Bring the feet together. Send the left leg back. Find your neutral spine, and back. Forward, and back. Forward, and back. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Place both feet together. Drop that left heel down. All the weight's going to shift to the left heel. Now send the right foot back and in. Back and in. Back and in. Back and in. 3 more. 3, 2. Pause with that right foot back. Place weight into the right foot. And now bring your hands onto the left knee. Hinged forward, find that neutral spine. And then you're just going to drop your right knee towards the ground. You're back up to this 90-degree angle. Hold. Now, hinge forward again. Hands are going to be on that left knee. And you're just going to straighten that back leg up. Good. You're in that long hinge forward lunge. Reach the hands forward. Now we're going to take the right arm, reach it back behind you, and twist and rotate. Find the balance. We're strengthening the rotation of the hip. Now, you want a long straight line from shoulder, hip to foot. Don't hinge forward. Keep that straight line. Hold. Now rotate back to center. Now left arm's going to reach behind you. You're going to rotate. You can't rotate as far because of the pelvis. Hold. Then rotate everything back to center. Now bring the right foot forward and send it back. Right foot forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Last one. Forward and back. Bring the right foot in. Switch all the way to the right leg. Now left leg reaches back and in. Reach your left leg back and in. Back and in. That left leg, that right knee is staying over right ankle. All the weight is in the right heel for 3, 2, pause with that left leg back. Place a little bit of weight into that left foot. Reach the arms forward. Now, reach your left arm straight back behind you and rotate. Let the hips open. Good. Make sure you're keeping that long straight line. Don't hinge forward. Hold. Rotate everything back to center. Right arm reaches back and you rotate, letting that right hip open as you internally rotate the pelvis on the right side. Rotate back to center. Bring your hands to your knees and then bring the left foot forward and back. Left foot forward and back. Last 3. 1, 2, 3. Left foot goes back. Hands come onto the knee. Lower the left knee down to the ground. Bring your knees together. Push back into a child's pose. And then from this child's pose, you're going to come to lying down on your stomach. You're on the stomach. Your hands are going to go out to the side. Now bend your knees so the bottom of your feet are going towards the ceiling. That's going to change where your center of gravity is. Push your pubic bone gently into the mat, and we're just going to lift and lower the head and chest. We're thinking about lifting from our mid-backs by pushing the pubic bone gently into the mat. You're going to be keeping your spine in neutral. Try to relax your butt. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, and you're going to lift up and hold. Now your head and shoulders are lifted up. You should be feeling the work in your mid-back. Try to draw your belly button off the mat, activating those deep abdominals. Hold in here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can lift up higher. Now float your arms off. Straighten your legs straight back behind you. Keeping everything still. It will make it a little bit more work for the back. If this ever gets into the low back, you just lower down slightly, but you're lifted. And now, push out of the heels and float the legs up. And now start to swim the feet. Kicking those feet, those arms are staying down at your side. Now try to keep everything still in the body. Start to straighten your arms out. Straighten them out only as much as feels comfortable for you, and then bend them back in. The feet are kicking and the arms are straightening and bending. You straighten the arms up, and then you bend them back down. 3 more. 3, 2, last one. And then you lower the arms down, lower the head and chest, and then let's roll onto your back. Roll onto the back. And we're just gonna send those knees to the one side, send your head to the other, arms are out to the side, making a T. Just getting a stretch, getting this twist through the spine after all that extension. And then what you're gonna do, activate the core to draw your right side of your pelvis down, that pulls the knees up, and then your head goes to the left and knees go to the right. And feel how that left hip is floating towards the ceiling. Now what you're going to do is you're going to move the pelvis with the obliques, activate the core, draw the left shoulder blade down, cause the left side of the ribs to pull your pelvis up. Hold here. Now at any point you can always bring the hands behind the head to support the neck or take a break. We're going to be doing that Pilates series of 5. Take it, shoulders draw down away from your ears, curl your head and shoulders up. Good. Now bring your right leg to tabletop, then your left leg. Straighten your right leg, then switch. As the right leg comes in, the left leg straightens. So it's like this bicycle kick almost. And straighten. Good. Straighten. And straighten. Good, Navua, for 3, 3, 2, 2. Good, Sarah. 1, 1. Let's add obliques. As the leg comes into tabletop, you bring the opposite armpit towards that knee. And you're switching from side to side. So you're still doing that bicycle kick, but now you add some more rotation. Rotate, rotate, rotate. For 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Bend the legs into tabletop. Lower head and shoulders, hug the knees in towards your chest. We're just going to give the back and the core a little bit of a break. And then you're going to bring those legs back to tabletop. Bring them over the knees or over the hips. Curl your head and shoulders up. If you can, bring your hands to the outside of your shins. Otherwise, support the head and shoulders. Straighten the legs as you reach the arms above you. Circle the arms as you bend the legs in. Straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Circle the arms, bend the legs in. This is 3, 4, last 2, then we're going to do obliques. 1, 2. Now, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Bend the legs in. You bring the arms to the outside of one leg and then to the outside of the other leg. We're just going to alternate sides. So you're doing the same thing with arms and legs, but this time when you curl up, you're just bringing one armpit off. Or one shoulder blade off. For 3, 4, 4, 5. Good. Last 2. 1, 1, 2, 2. And bend both legs in. Straighten them up towards the ceiling. Grab behind the knees and you're going to just alternate. Switch. Switch, the legs stay straight, straight. You can always rest the head and shoulders if you want, or you can just bring the hands behind the head and neck and leave the hands off the knees. For 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Pause with one leg towards the ceiling, the other leg reaching down. At any moment, you can bend that bottom knee. And now bring the opposite armpit towards that knee for 10, 9, 8. Whatever leg is straight up towards the ceiling, you're rotating the opposite arm towards it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. 10, 9. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both legs towards the ceiling. Bring your hands underneath your low back. And now we're just going to lower and lift both legs. Lower down. Now you can curl the head and shoulders up if you want to work your core more. You lower, you lift. Lower and lift. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Bend the knees in towards your chest. Hug them in, lower the head and shoulders, and just go side to side. Such a long ab series, and so much fun, I hope. Yep, just go side to side. Now you're just gonna roll onto one side, push yourself up. And we're gonna come back to this kind of sitting position. Knees are gonna be bent. You're gonna hug your left knee in as you straighten your right leg out. Now, we're gonna open up the hips. So you're gonna be back on your hands. If that's too much on the wrists, you're just gonna open up the back even more and come down to the elbows, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And let's lower and lift the leg. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause with that leg parallel to the ground. Lower down. Now push out of that hip, straightening the knee all the way. Let's paint 5 circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the leg, close the leg. Open the leg, close the leg. Open and close. 3 more. 3. You can always grab that strap and wrap it around the foot. Good. 2, 1. Place that foot down. Shake the legs out. We're going to pause and switch legs. Left leg's going to go straight out in front of you. Right leg is going to be bent in. Again, remember, you don't have to be in this super extension. You can always drop down to the elbows and lift and lower. So if you're down on the elbows, kind of the great thing here is you can place the hands right underneath the pelvis. And you can feel if your pelvis moves. Your pelvis shouldn't move at all. And your pelvis still shouldn't move even if you're up here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause with that leg parallel to the ground. Now open the leg. Close. Open and close. Open and close. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg in, bend it, place it down, and come all the way back up to this sitting position. And now, you're going to have the legs straight out in front of you and slightly bent. And you're going to separate about shoulder distance. Then you're going to bring your arms in front of you, holding your heart in between your hands. And we're just going to rotate the torso to the right, and then rotate it back to center. Rotate the torso to the left, back to center. Right, center, left, center. So you get the idea that the hips don't need to move. That's why the knees are slightly bent. You're on your sit bone. So the pelvis doesn't move. So now, when you roll back into your C curve and hold, keep your knees slightly bent. It'll give you a little bit more support in the back. Don't let your knees or hips move as you rotate, center. Rotate, center. Rotate, center. Last 2. 1, 2. And come all the way back up. Good. Open the arms out to the side. Side bend. Bringing your left hand onto the ground. You side bend and reach over. You can even lower down to that elbow and let the right hip come up slightly, but then try to push the right hip down and you'll feel a deeper stretch. Then you're going to straighten your left arm to come all the way up. Left arm overhead. Right arm comes to the ground. You side bend, reaching out. You can lower down to that elbow. Let the hip come up, but then you won't get as deep of a stretch if you don't actively push that left sit bone towards the ground. And then press yourself upright. Lower the arms down, round the shoulders forward and back. Fantastic job, both of you.